What's up, fam? If we don't know each other yet, that is absolutely tragic and we should change that. My name is Jess, I'm the owner of Dolls in Training and the creator of the BBL Encyclopedia and the Travel Surgery Journal. I'm completely committed to helping dolls like you prepare from surgeon to snatch, from consultation to compression, and everything in between. If after watching all of my videos, checking out all the content on my socials, and using all the free tools on my website, you still have questions, let's connect. DM me, tell me your name, what surgery you're having, who your surgeon is, and how I can help. My goal is to make sure you're totally educated and go into surgery with a peaceful mind. Today's video is clearly about the stage 1.5 faja. Stage 1.5 is a term that I coined when I was recovering from my own BBL. This refers to the stage in between the stage 1 garment and a stage 2 garment. If you haven't received your customized stage 2 yet, but you need a little bit more compression than the stage 1 can offer, stage 1.5 is where it's at. I was able to purchase a stage 1 garment off of Amazon, and it did the trick and gave me exactly the compression I needed to tide me over until I received my custom. I really only use this term because this garment is a standard size garment, which means it comes in size small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, 3XL, etc. And it'll certainly do the trick for a few weeks, but you don't want to trust using it for the entirety of your post-op recovery. So up until this point, I've just been showing you what the garment looks like, and first we're going to jump into how to put it on. I also think it's important to point out here that this video is number 3 in a series of 5 videos about your first few stages of fajas. So if you haven't seen the first 2 videos, the Ultimate Faja Education and the Stage 1, please go back and watch those before you continue on with this one because it'll give you a lot of insight into the things I'm going to recommend here. Now don't blink here because this is quite possibly one of the most important parts of putting on your faja, no matter the stage. You must make sure that the seams on the legs of the garment are actually at the inner part of your thigh. If you can see any parts of those seams while you're standing looking in a mirror, the rest of the garment will not fit you correctly. Now while you're twisting that seam toward the center, you also want to make sure that the crotch of the garment matches up to the crease in your butt and the crease of your thigh. Pull them both up all the way, front and back. Getting this crucial step right will set you up for success with the rest of the garment, and you'll be able to wear your faja like a pro every single time you put it on. Things are going to start to move a little bit slower at this point. You'll see in the video I'm doing lots of tugging and pulling at the garment. The thighs don't exactly look right now, but we'll fix those later. You can see that the crease of the garment is right in the middle of my thigh. Hook the first clasp of the garment and then stop. Tug the garment in the back, tug the garment in the front, adjust the thighs if you need to make sure that the crease of the garment is flush with the crease of your thigh. You can pull the shoulder straps up at this point and make sure that the bottom of the garment feels all right. And now every single time we hook a clasp, we're going to adjust the garment. So every 2 or 3 hooks, I make adjustments. Honestly, I think this is the biggest place where people go wrong. The garment is uncomfortable when they put it on, and they do all 15, 20 hooks at a time and don't make any adjustments throughout hooking up the garment, and then it's uncomfortable and it's ill-fitting for the duration of the wear. Really take your time and make sure everything is flush, flat, and seamless. No bunching, no creasing. And you can see here that I'm just tugging on each side of the garment just to try and loosen it up a little bit to make hooking it up a little bit easier. Tug on each side, one after the other, a few times. Now we're ready for our foams and boards. If you've seen my Ultimate Faja Education video and my Stage 1 video, you know all about the foams I recommend. If you haven't seen those videos yet, go back and watch. If you're putting your garment on along with me, take the shoulder straps off. I will in a second. If you're wearing foams for the first time in a garment that's a little tighter than Stage 1, this could get tricky. You want to align the foams with the areas that were treated. In most cases, this lines up under the breast or at the bra strap. I would recommend not wearing a bra during the first few weeks after surgery. Line the foams up exactly where you want them on the outside of the garment and then pull the faja outward and shrug the foams inside. Just take note of how frequently I'm making adjustments and how small the adjustments seem. They're going to make all the difference in the world when it's time to close that last hook. Now I don't have 3 foams handy. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to take my 2 side foams out. Just know that you need 1 on each side and 1 in the front. And notice I'm using the 1 in the front long ways and the 2 on the sides I put horizontally. Again, watch that Stage 1 video. I really like to put my 2 side foams sideways so that they didn't cut into my hip fat. And moving on to boards, also in my Stage 1 video, I give a really great visual representation of the boards I recommend and the time frames in which I recommend them. It was really amazing for me to have several boards to choose from. Just like we did with the foams, position your board on the outside of the garment and pull the faja outward to shimmy the board inside. No matter which brand or style board you choose, you always want to make sure that it's right under the breastbone, but covering that lower belly pooch area. And yes, the board goes on top of the foams. Watch those first 2 videos to learn why. Now for the backboard. For a while there, no matter which company manufactured backboards, they all had the same shape, design, look, and feel. In recent years, designs have been expanding, giving the patient more to choose from. Whatever your backboard looks like, you want to make sure the smallest point is at the crack of your booty, and it usually gets larger toward the top. This ensures that it covers the most area of the back and helps keep as much swelling as possible at bay. Just slide it right inside that garment. Now you're finally ready to pull the shoulder straps up and close the rest of those hooks. You're going to really need to draw on your strength here for this one. 2 things I'll stress that I've said in previous videos. 1, you're going to look like an Oompa Loompa, just deal with it. 2, it doesn't matter what the butt looks like, it's not going to damage your fat transfer. Another really important part of the process here that I want you to pay attention to is hooking the clasps. Every 2 or 3 hooks, I stop and adjust the fabric that lays against the ab board. You can see where I'm doing this by sliding my thumb inside and pulling that fabric over. No matter which layer of hook you're on, you'll always have fabric on the inner part of the garment. If you've made adjustments after every single step throughout the process, then you'll have minimal adjustments to make at this point. But if you have any to make at all, make them now. Adjust the thighs, adjust the top of the garment that sits at the bra line. It's going to be overall uncomfortable, but make whatever adjustments are needed for you to be as comfortable as possible. If you watch the first 2 videos in this series, you'll see that I speak in depth about why getting a custom garment is more ideal than getting a standard size garment. So remember, you'll only be in this garment for a short time. It's not going to do any damage to your body. And please, for the love of God, don't try and save money by wearing an Amazon garment for the entirety of your recovery. Or do, I don't care. It'd be your investment wasted, not mine. I'm just here to try to help. And finally, the most glorious part of all, taking it off. Watch my video on how to use the tinkle bell to see why I recommend using a tinkle bell when you're wearing any stage garment at all. It is such a pain in the ass to take this thing off and back on while you're recovering. And for those of you who think you can actually go to the bathroom by trying to sit on the toilet while keeping your garment on, I'll just say that that is not the cleanest idea, but if you want to try and take that risk and make that happen, be my guest. In the stage 1 video, I also showed you how I prepared the garment for wash and dry. Again, I threw my stage 1.5 in the dryer because I was only going to have it for a few weeks, and it wasn't as delicate or expensive as a custom garment. I just made sure that I hooked all of the clasps up all the way, and I threw it in the washer and dryer completely closed. If you have a question that I didn't answer here, or one that might be a little bit more specific to your own journey, feel free to leave a comment. I'm happy to help. Most of the questions that I didn't cover in this video already will be specific to your own journey and individual to your body, your pre-op body, your post-op habits. So feel free to book a consultation with me for more personalized one-to-one guidance. Thanks so much for watching, babes. Wishing you a happy, safe, and healthy recovery.